coaxing the cheetah really to enter that quarantine enclosure. This is the second installment as part of the project Cheetah that you're seeing unraveling. This is the second batch. This one coming in from South Africa. Let's just dip in for a bit and hear. Yeah, there you see. Let's listen in as to what's really happening there. My colleague Manoj Sharma is with me on the phone line. Manoj, very encouraging pictures there on our screen. This is the second installment of cheetahs being brought in, and the first one which has been released seems to be perfectly mobile right now. On the face of it, doesn't look like any distress.
Yeah, you're right, because the much-awaited moment has finally come. In fact, Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister is there, Union Forest Minister Bhupen Yadav is there, and this second batch of cheetahs, which has come from South Africa. Earlier, they have got 8 cheetahs from Namibia. Now, this is second batch of 12 cheetahs from South Africa, and they are being released in Kuno Park. In fact, now total number of cheetahs in Kuno National Park is 20. Since the earlier batch, the first batch was doing well, so the government and the wildlife authorities, they were encouraged by the well-doing batch. Now they have brought the second batch from South Africa, and they are now released in Kuno National Park. Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan and also Union Minister Bhupen Yadav.
Manoj, you were one of those lucky few who saw the first set of cheetahs getting released and then the second set. When you compare the two set of visuals, is there anything that you can point out to us vis-a-vis any difference in the behavior of the two sets of cheetahs?
Yeah, in fact, on 17th of September, if you remember, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, it was his birthday. He came to Kuno, and the first batch was released in this Kuno National Park. And, all the 8 cheetahs which came from Namibia, they are doing well. And if you compare the first batch with the second batch, because the second batch is from South Africa, so there is no, you can't say there is a comparison, you can say, but in fact, both the batch, the second batch has come from South Africa after being kept quarantined for observation and their quarantine period, and they are brought to India after proper monitoring. So as was done in the first case also. So they are healthy, they are doing well, and obviously all wildlife authorities, they are expecting the second batch will also do as like the first batch.
All right, and what is the process from here on? The picture that we are seeing is that of the quarantine enclosure. How long will have to be kept in the quarantine enclosure, and where will be the second step be initiated, when and where?
Let me tell you that on 17th of September, they got the first batch, and it was not released in the open wild area. So, in fact, now we are expecting the first batch will be left free in the wild area, and now the second batch, the certain period, the exact period is not told by the authorities so far, but in fact, the first batch will be set free in the wild area, and the second batch will remain in the quarantine, and the exact period is yet to be known.
So from Johannesburg, they were flown to Hindon, from Hindon to Gwalior, and then from Gwalior, they've been brought to Kuno, Manoj. Will the authorities look out for any signs of distress or any medical issues before they take a decision on what next? What is the next step to be initiated?
They will be kept in the, in the separate varas for a certain period of time in the quarantine area, and after proper observation. As I am telling you that, in fact, there were 8 cheetahs from Namibia. They were in separate varas, but they were not set free in the open wild area. So in this case also, there would be a proper observation by, National Institute of Tiger authorities, which have come from Dehradun. These experts and the cheetah experts, they will observe them for a certain period of time. Only then decision would be taken to set them free in the wild area in the Kuno National Park.
And as far as food goes, Manoj, for now they will be given meat. They will be not in a position to hunt for themselves.
Obviously, they would be provided, the ready-made food because they are in the quarantine area in the separate bara. So obviously, they would be given from nearby sanctuaries. They have got the food for these cheetahs, as it was done in the case of first batch. Again, they would be provided ready-made food. There won't be any hunting at this point of time.
If I remember correctly, when the first batch carried out its first hunt on their own. That was also celebrated, isn't it, by the forest authorities, by the wildlife authorities?
Yeah, you're right, because that was after completion of that quarantine period. There was a visual they have installed cameras in different parts of Kuno National Park, and the first hunting by these cheetahs. In fact, this hunting, once they start hunting, that shows that they are doing well. In fact, that's a good sign for these for wildlife authorities. Once the cheetah is doing hunting, and normally, which as it was doing there in Namibia or South Africa. So it's a different atmosphere, obviously, for them. So once they start hunting, it's obviously a good sign for these authorities that, okay, they are doing well.
Right. Manoj Sharma, thank you so much. Those are pictures of the second batch as part of Project Cheetah. This is the batch which has come in from South Africa, and they're now being released in the Kuno National Park.